Look,
Not the bubbly side.
Yeah.
Come on. Quality, I'm with you. I'm with you, come on.
I mean, I joined the Marine Corps after high school. That's kind of where I first found my love for fitness. You know, there's not much to do outside of PT and training, so we'd go to the gym, and that's kind of where it started.
One, take it.
My name is Chase. This is my wife Jen, and we're here to just kick some ass at the gym. Basically, we want to show how how intense training should be. For one, for me, I'm actually going up from classic division to bodybuilding, so I'm taking an adequate off season this year to put on some size, and then later towards the end of 2021, I'll be competing in. I have to requalify, and then going to nationals in December. And then Jen here.
Taking
What are you doing?
a double adequate amount of time off.
Yeah.
It's kind
It's euphoric.
of, yeah. If I had to compare
Yeah, when
it,
you're on stage.
I'd say it's equivalent to trying to do a home workout versus a Destination Dallas workout. It doesn't compare.
Our coach there, Luke Miller, moved here not long ago, probably about a year ago, and met him in the gym. And just in coming to the gym all the time, I saw the intensity he was training with.
And his wife Emily.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, I remember I first approached her, and I think I complimented like the top she was wearing. You know, I mean, so sometimes it's literally just that straightforward and simplified.
Lock it in.
I had my first daughter. You know, at that point, there's not much else to do. You know, you can't go out with the boys anymore and party and do anything like that. So, I mean, I put all my energy into going to the gym. That was kind of my outlet. And then I just had so many people ask me, you know, why don't you compete? Why don't you try? You have the genetics. I mean, you look ridiculous. And that's kind of where it started. Did my first show in 2016, the Dallas Europa. Placed decent, you know, and then I also did it in 2017, and I progressed from there. And then finally in 2018, I did Texas State, qualified for bodybuilding in that. And then, and looking at, you know, the national level, I knew I needed more time to grow. But I really wanted my pro card, so I dropped down to Classic, and I did the Johnnie Jackson in 2019, and I took the overall in Classic. So this year, I've actually taken, you know, we're going to take about 9, 10, almost a year of off season to grow again. So, and so far, I'm the heaviest and leanest I've ever been, and it's just been running like I said, a well-oiled machine. I mean, there hasn't been any issues. The weight's going on great. Food's going down good. So we're looking to actually start prep here probably around July, August.
We got another one.
Always got the book out. Always getting better every session. You get in here, you do things right, you progress the book, you come back the next week, you do the same damn thing. It's how we get better every year we show up on stage. Lock it in. Quality, quality. Good. Come on. Come on. Same rep, same rep, same rep, same rep. Same rep.
There's not a limit to growing, I guess. You know, I want to be the biggest and best on stage. I mean, with Classic, everything's got to be, you know, you have to have the aesthetic lines. Everything's got to kind of flow together. You know, I mean, in a bodybuilding, you know, you just see guys with enormous arms, legs, chest, everything, you know, super vascular. And then Classic's kind of the opposite of that. So, I mean, I do have, you know, a very small waist, which fits into the Classic division very well, but for me, I like to push it, you know, every body part to the limit. I want to see how big I can grow, and I mean, I want to when I get on stage, I want to be undeniable. You know, I don't even want there to be. I want all the guys to come in there and basically like, oh shit, well, who's getting second? You know. Woo.
Quality here. Quality, quality, quality.
Always.
Lock it in. Pull. Good. Pull. Good. Quality. I'm with you. Line.
Before I was lifting more, you know, with my ego. You know, I wasn't isolating the muscle, keeping the form straight, keeping it tight. You know, now we're keeping the same pace on it, actually going slow on the negatives, and actually pulling with the muscle rather than just yanking. So, I mean, since then I've noticed a big difference in the thickness and the width of my back, just in the what?
12 weeks?
Yeah, 12 weeks I've been doing this.
That'll get you so far, but then where's the progress kind of stop? Yeah.
Well, I don't think the progress stops with that. I think that's the core of all progress that we make. It's just continuing to get stronger and better at the movements that we do. We can continuously progress over time. Better form makes things harder, gives you more room to progress. And that's one of the biggest things. Chase is a strong motherfucker. He can yank something, he can pull a lot of weight. But if he's not creating tension where it needs to go, he's setting himself up not to continue to progress, and he's not going to be growing the body parts that he needs to be growing. Especially when it comes to back. If there's one spot we need to grow more, it's his back. It's probably the 2 shots we need to develop the most.
And that's where that logbook comes in.
Yeah, and that's where the logbook comes in.
You keep beating that, and you're going to grow. There's no way around it.
Yeah. We've added, what, 22 pounds in 12 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
22 pounds.
Come on.
Come on. Go. I got it. Do you. Do you. Come on. Pull. Yeah. One more. Come on. Ah. Come on. Still you. Come on, drive. Come on.
That's super heavy.
Well, honestly, for me, it's not even the training or the diet. You know, I have no problem, you know, eating more food or taking food away. For me, it's everything outside. You know, the other 22 hours of the day, you know, with 2 kids and a family, you know, going to work, still working a full-time job, making sure, you know, we got food on the table for the kids and house over our head and bills are paid, and, you know, while still all doing this at the same time. So honestly, the hardest part is not so much the sport itself, it's continuing life outside of this sport is the hard part.
Good. Control. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on. Keep it tighter.
for it. You know?
Yeah, no, eating is good for me. I mean, being in the Marines, we suffered, you know, eating MREs and crap all the time. So this food's good. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with this stuff.
That's true. Something you said struck me, like in terms of like making a parallel to like life in general. It's like you said, bodybuilding. I want to push it. I want to be the biggest and best I can be. You know, it's like no limitations.
That kind of insight, you know, wanting to be the best, you know, in this sport also kind of filters to, you know, life itself. You know, of course, yeah, we just got the girls in gymnastics, you know, we want them to excel in that, or, you know, obviously want them to have fun with it still as well, but, you know, if they like it, I mean, I want them to do the best they can at that, you know, and obviously being the best husband I can be. She does a lot for me, you know, in this sport that helps, you know, whether it's, you know, she helps me prep food sometimes, or she's, you know, giving the girls a bath while I'm prepping our meals. You know, we kind of just go back and forth, and, you know, we try to help each other as best we can, just because, I mean, life's crazy, so we just do the best we can at everything. But yeah, I would say starting in this sport and having to go through preps and off seasons, and wanting to be an inspiration to a lot of other people, you know, seeing where I started, you know, I mean, my first show, I mean, I looked, you know, nowhere near where I do now. So, I mean, I want to be an inspiration to people that, you know, anything you put your mind to is achievable, you know. I mean, my goal one day is to grace the Olympia stage. Yeah, mediocrity is not my name. Yeah, no. No, I always shoot for the best in everything I do. I mean, you only live once, like they say, so, I mean, why not shoot high, shoot for the stars, and push yourself, I mean, in everything you do. You never know what could come of it.
Bodybuilders are wide individuals, okay? So when we do lat patterns, we want the handle to be as close to shoulder width as possible. So what we don't want to use is these narrow, close grip handles to try to do lat patterns when we're a lot wider than the average individual. This one's pretty close. It could be a little wider for us, but it's the closest thing we have here. So it does do a very good job for lat activation.
10 minutes. 10 minutes, you want to sip?
Hey, do you want me to get some more of that shirt right there?
No. I was kidding with MJ.
One. Good spot.
I'm
Give me a sec. Let me. Come on. Come on, right here. Right here. One. Negative, negative, negative. Alright guys, so today we got a pretty hell of a back session today. The goal was a little bit more towards an upper back session. As we discussed before, championship bodybuilding comes from being unstoppable or undeniable from all angles, right? We see Chase, he's very developed, he's a very large individual, especially thickness through shoulders, arms, especially from the front. But we got to match that when we turn around to the back. So for him right now, we've got a little bit of a specialization run in where we're training back 3 times a week. We've got some back work on our hamstring day to keep that frequency a little higher than the rest of our body parts. And today was a little bit more upper back focus with some lat intervened. And then our other day is a little bit more lat focused, and we have extra lat patterns in the hamstring day so that we can give the lats priority in the program. So it's been one of those things that from the start we had to strip everything back down, get weak, learn how to do everything correctly, so that we can find that intention portion of how we train, because the intensity was already there. He knew how to train hard, he knew how to take it to failure, But the goal of progressing over the long term is finding that place where intensity meets intention, and we had to develop that intention side of the equation. So it's been one of those things, like, now that we've pulled that down, he learned the form and he's pretty much flawless with it most of the time. He's really getting after it, and his strength has skyrocketed, but so is his development. Your back shots are probably 10 times better already in 12 weeks than what they were.
Yeah.
So how's that feel, like seeing those pictures and like you see those back shots starting to catch up with your front and your side shots?
Well, when you're putting yourself through a self-induced torture every session, just to see the development each and every week, whether it's just reps or adding weight to each set, and then you come in every week and, you know, I'm sending my progress pictures each week and seeing the weight slowly increase. And honestly, I'm not even putting a whole lot of fat on. I'm actually getting somewhat leaner as I put more muscle into my structure, and it's amazing. This is the heaviest and leanest I've ever been, and we're only 12 weeks into it. We've still got another 4 or 5 months at least to grow. So I'm excited and ready to see where we're going to take this.
And that's where we take that next step to being undeniable on stage. A first call out bodybuilder is having that intention, bringing it to intensity, and doing that with everything we do. Executing our meals outside of the gym, executing every pattern we come in here and do. You know, training back 3 times a week can suck sometimes, right? You come into that hamstring day, you got to do that back work first out the gate. You know, you might be a little tight from that back day, but you get in there, you progress the logbook on those patterns and well, and it's moving the needle in the right direction. So it's really been a very focused effort for Chase. I'm really excited to put him on stage this year. We're going to be a heavyweight bodybuilder most likely, which is a large jump from Classic the last time that he competed.
Yeah.
So we just kind of let his body tell us where we need to compete, and it's been truly a marriage of intensity and intention, where every day we walk in here, intensity meets intention with every session.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You had a thought. What were you gonna say?
No. I was going to say another thing we really, another factor, I guess I'd say, and us deciding to go with Luke was that, you know, he practiced what he preaches. He comes in here, he trains with intensity. I mean, all his movements are flawless. He locks it in. I mean, and he gets on to us about quality every time. So he really sinks that into your head. And like I said, I mean, when I watched him first start training, that's kind of what drew me to him. Was, I mean, that's what I wanted out of my coach. You know, if someone there is going to push me every time, say, no, motherfucker, you got one more rep, push it, you know. So, you know, if you guys are looking for a coach, look at him, No Switch Fitness. I mean, you won't regret it.
If you had to define in your own words, what is intensity?
Doing it to the best, well,
Maybe just kind of reiterate. So intensity for me is, just because I want to take my voice out of it.
Intensity for me is pushing it to the absolute limit, every set, every rep, going all out until you honestly can't pick up that dumbbell or push that weight or, you know, do that squat. I mean, whatever it is, all the way to failure. Every single time, every day. I mean, it's even including getting all your meals in. Whether you got to stay up that extra hour to get the rest of that food in for the day, you get it done one way or the other.
Would you say that there's kind of like a love or a passion that goes into an intensity? There's a certain love or passion component in intensity. Is that kind of accurate, or?
Yeah, there's definitely passion within intensity, man. That's what pulls the best out of people. If you're not passionate about what you do and love what you do, you're not going to get the most out of what you're capable of. Your brain's going to just shut you down before you reach that point, right? And intensity to me is the absolute perfection of giving it everything you have. So not going outside the realms of doing something else just to make it look like you're giving it your all, or doing it for the Instagram, or doing anything that's like showboating. We're coming in here and literally giving all of ourselves in order to get better every day. We have no off switch in the pursuit of results. And what that means is, just like you have a light switch, you can turn a light on, you can turn a light off. You turn that light on and we never go off. We're always finding a way to get better. And to me, that's what intensity is no matter where you're at, what your life circumstances are, you find what you can do to get better. And when there's passion and a love for this sport behind that, it creates an unstoppable individual.